Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about what the buying process looks like for the first time investor. So if you're a first time investor, or you want to be a first time investor, or you're thinking about buying an investment property, then make sure to watch this video in its entirety, as I'm going to be breaking down from the beginning what you need to think about to get you in the best position to actually then go ahead and buy a property, and actually what that buying process actually looks like. Now, before I start the video, guys, if you've been watching my videos and you've been getting value from my videos, then do subscribe to the channel. Every subscription, every comment, every like, it all helps. It all enables me to get my message out to more people and help more people in their property journey. So if you're loving what you're seeing, then click that subscribe button. It's much appreciated. So the first thing you want to do when you're actually buying a property is think about whether you want to buy it in your own name or in limited company. Now, for most people, for the majority of people, currently in the UK, buying under limited company tends to make more sense when you're buying an investment property. There's far more tax savings, and you can structure your company in a way where you're not paying more tax than you need to. But when you buy in your own name, then there's been laws that have come into place where you actually generally pay more tax. So Section 24 means you can't offset your mortgage as an expense against your rent that you receive, bar a small amount of mortgage relief. So really, if you are looking to scale your property portfolio or you're a higher rate taxpayer, then it does make more sense to buy under limited company. Now, before you do that, I'm not a financial advisor, so do instruct a tax advisor or an accountant that specializes in tax before you proceed. But this is based on my experience and the experience of others as well, and working with my mentees at the moment as well. I see that actually buying under a limited company tends to make the most sense. So how do you actually set up a limited company? So the best thing to do is to go on Google and just type in limited company, and then there you've got the option to actually open up a limited company or company's house. Now what I'd recommend you do as of now is actually do it through Tide, as Tide allows you to open up a company's account for £15, well $14.99, as opposed to £50 if you were to just go through company's house. So you can do that through Tide, and then also open up a business account with them as well. Now the SIC code that you want to use, so the SIC code is basically the nature of the business, is 68100. So this is the buying and selling of real estate. And then in 24 to 48 hours, you should now have a limited company set up, ready for you to buy an investment property. Now after this, what you then want to do is actually speak to a mortgage broker, as a mortgage broker is going to be able to assess your situation and they get you the best lending as well. However, what you want to do initially is get what we call a decision in principle, and this is a pre-approved mortgage offer that you can actually use when making offers. And what that does is it shows sellers and estate agents, if you're working with estate agents, that you are a serious buyer. And a pre-approved mortgage offer is basically the lender has looked at your situation briefly and they think actually if everything was to check out, then they would potentially lend to you. Now once you've got your decision in principle, that's now where you'll be making offers, and based on your budget you'll then look at properties either near you or further out. Now if you want to actually know what your budget is for the property purchase, feel free to download my deal analyzer sheet, because you can use that as a means to actually understand how much your money would actually stretch to. So for example, if you've got 30 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand, what property purchases you can actually make. So you can use my deal analyzer to do that. You can also plug in the rent amount and the purchase price, and it will also tell you what the potential cash flow and return on investment would be on your deal. So it's very helpful and very useful. So through that, you'd actually then try and find a deal. And now once you found a deal, then you put in an offer using your decision in principle. And once that offer has been accepted, that's when you'll then move to working with your mortgage broker and a solicitor as well. So now with your mortgage broker, what you'll then be doing is actually doing a full mortgage application. Now this will include a mortgage fee to the lender and also a mortgage valuation fee. And the mortgage valuation fee is basically the lender has now instructed a surveyor to actually go and look at the property that you put in an offer in, and just ensure that you're paying a fair value for that property, because the lender wants to make sure that their loan is secure. And whilst you're doing that with your mortgage broker, you'll also be working with a solicitor as well, who will handle the conveyancing process. They'll be raising inquiries with the seller's solicitors and making sure that everything is fine from a legal perspective with regards to your property. And this can typically take anywhere from a few weeks up until a few months, and it depends on how quick you are. It depends on the efficiency of your solicitor. It depends on the seller and their solicitor. Also depends how complex the deal is, the estate agents that are involved in it. Also ensuring that you're working with a good mortgage broker as well, to make sure they can get you the right lending at the right time with as little to no hiccups as possible. And it's then through there that you'll then move towards exchanging and completing. And when you exchange, that's when now you're legally tied to that property purchase. It makes the buyer, which is yourself, and the seller tied to that property purchase. And then subsequently, shortly after, you'll then complete as well. And now you've got your keys in your hand. So hopefully this summary helps you understand the key steps you need to think about when you actually purchase a property. So to recap, you set up a limited company and you do it in the right way. You then get a decision principle from your mortgage broker. You then move to actually now putting in offers on deals that you see. Once you've got your deal accepted, you then work with your mortgage broker and your solicitor to move you through the deal to get the best lending and moving you through the conveyancing process as well. And then by the end of it, you should then exchange and complete. And now you've got your first investment property in hand. So if you want to understand a little bit more of what you should really be looking for when looking for your first buy to let, the costly mistakes you want to be avoiding, the things you want to be including in understanding what type of cash flow and how good the investment is as well, who you should be including in your power team, then feel free to download my How to Buy Your First Investment Property Starter Guide, as it details it all there. So the deal analysis sheet and your How to Buy Your First Investment Property Starter Guide, I'll be putting both in my description so you can download it there. And if you're interested in more support, feel free to DM me Playbook on my Instagram, and I'll talk you through the Property Playbook mentorship program that helps students go from confused and overwhelmed to keys in hand. So hopefully this video helped you understand a little bit more about what the buying process as a first-time investor actually looks like. So if you enjoyed this video, do give it a like, and you found value from this video or any other video on this channel, then do subscribe as well. And until next time, happy investing.